You're watching Brilliant but Cancelled all December on Trio.
Toutes ces années, tout ce temps perdu.
Qui sait?
Oh, j'aurais dû. J'étais si sûre de moi, si maligne.
Nous aurions refait les mêmes erreurs.
Cette pièce n'a pas du tout changé.
Toi non plus.
Oh, tu vois seulement ce que tu veux voir.
Oh, mes yeux peuvent mentir, mais pas mon cœur.
Quand dois-tu rentrer à Paris?
Demain soir, hélas.
Sera-t-elle là?
Non, elle ne revient pas de Milan avant la semaine prochaine.
Mais il y a l'enfant.
J'aimerais que tu le connaisses.
Je le connais.
Oh,
Hello.
il est bien mieux.
Oh, peut-être.
Oh,
un
hi.
jour.
No, I was just watching a
Attends,
movie.
en bas.
Wait. Well, did you get it? But I thought it was all set. You're not serious. Right in his office? I don't believe it. Didn't he just have open heart surgery a couple of weeks ago? I didn't know he was such a lech. I'm supposed to see him next week to get a donation for Nikki's school. I better take along a little something to unscrew his pacemaker. That ought to keep his hands at his sides. Well, what now? Any other prospects? Uh-huh. Well, listen. Why don't you try my bank, Westford Savings? They might have an opening soon. I know at least 2 of the staff are pregnant. Yeah, must be something in the money. Try, give them a call. And let me know, huh? Right. You too. Good night.
Beats the hell out of me.
Tu vois seulement.
I beg your pardon?
I said it beats the hell out of me.
Mais pas mon cœur.
Meaning?
Meaning it happens every time. I could set my clock by it.
Demain soir, hélas.
I liked it better when you smoked.
Non, elle ne revient pas de
What does
Milan
that mean?
avant la semaine prochaine.
You used to blow smoke rings, beautiful smoke rings, 2 at a time, sometimes 3. Now it's word rings, circular sentences, one after another, substituting symmetry for sense.
Attends, en bas?
Can't you say anything simple once? Just nice and simple.
You can have one or the other. Nice is out. Want to know what beats the hell out of me? The way you act as though nothing happened tonight, or last night, or that the whole week with you hasn't been World War XII. That I'm supposed to forget everything that led up to this pathetic little boy lost plea of yours.
Whatever it was, it's over.
How can you minimize it that way?
Libby, don't you understand this by now? I minimize, you maximize. Between us, there's a nice kind of middle-mize. Oh, come on. Didn't we promise never to go to sleep angry? Didn't we? I mean, didn't we make that a rule once?
And didn't you promise never to raise your voice again? Never again to use that rotten, abusive tone?
I didn't. I couldn't help it.
Don't you know, after all this time, how frightening you get? Richard, you're a man.
Thanks for the promotion.
Oh, now who's being snide?
Making up with you is almost as hard as fighting.
Aside from all the awful things you say, and you've got enough nastiness in you to give a one-man show, you don't know the power in your voice. When you're angry, I can feel the floorboards vibrate.
You're just determined not to be forgiving, aren't you? Or understanding.
When you've been run over by a truck, you really don't much care how the driver feels.
Lib, I'm sorry.
Sorry doesn't quite make it anymore. Not after you're 10.
C'est toujours pareil.
Are you going to go to sleep angry?
Not angry. Just hurt.
Je me sens si gamin quand j'ai à mentir.
Is there anything I can say?
Si différent.
Try good night.
À toi?
On ne peut rien contre ce qui doit arriver. C'est la destinée.
Just remember, I tried.
Je ne l'avais pas prévu.
All remember.
I never mean to be rotten.
I know.
C'est vrai.
It's just a gift.
Pardonne-moi, je ne peux pas gâcher.
Back with Brilliant but Cancelled, only in December, only on Trio.
Hi, Dad.
You're up kind of late, aren't you?
I have to do a composition.
Better get some shoes on. That's how you got that cold.
I don't have a cold.
Tell that to your nose. Want some help? What's the composition about?
It's supposed to be on the Navajos.
Oh, Indians.
Dad, Indians don't call themselves Indians. That's the white man's word.
Oh, sorry.
What makes it tough is Mr. Keeler grades you on presentation, too. Says information should always be entertaining.
Mr. Keeler must love the evening news.
He says it sinks in that way.
So what are you going to do you know?
Not yet.
How about putting on some war paint and a feather? Is it that kind of thing?
Brian Lumpkin's doing his in just his shorts and his whole body covered in brown makeup.
I think the world's going to hear it from Brian Lumpkin. How about if you wore a blanket?
Lisa's wearing two. She's putting on a regular blanket when she talks about the olden day Navajos. Then she's putting on an electric one when she talks about the modern ones.
That's pretty clever. No luck, huh?
I'll think of something.
I wasn't much help.
It's okay. I really don't want to do it now anyway.
How about a cold meatloaf sandwich with lots of ketchup? Or maybe a ketchup sandwich with a little meatloaf. Dale, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Listen, pal, when you've been in the father business as long as I have, you know a bug kid when you see one.
Are you and Mom gonna get a divorce?
Are you kidding? Because we were fighting?
Chad Waller's folks are. His dad cut up all his mom's dresses and she put sugar in his gas tank.
Not a very grown-up way to act.
I've heard it better.
Does Nicky think Mom and I are getting divorced too?
He's got the same ears I have.
Well, you can both stop worrying. And Mom and I signed up to go all the way in this marriage, right down to the end. You understand? This may be a noisy house sometimes, but it's a safe one. There'll be no broken family here, no torn-up kids. Also, no cut-up dresses and no sugar in the gas tank. Unless it becomes impossible to buy unleaded. Dale, Mom and I love each other very much.
Is that why you fight?
Truth is, people who love each other also try for different reasons to hurt each other. Don't you beat up on Nicky sometimes?
He's my brother. We're related.
No matter how much you fight, you know, way down, rock bottom, you know that you love each other. That's the way a relationship gets tested.
You and Mom sure test each other a lot.
Think we fight too much?
Once is too much for me. Nicky covers his head with the pillow. He really hates it.
But don't Mom and I always make up?
So far.
We always will. We got a trick. It's an old marriage trick, and you can't learn it too soon.
What is it?
We make each other laugh.
That's all. Just laugh.
There's no way two people can laugh and still stay mad. Certainly not break up. I mean, it's just impossible to walk out on someone when you're having a good laugh together. Now, you sure you don't want one of my special sandwiches?
Okay. Dad?
Yeah.
When do you think you and Mom are gonna be laughing again?
It won't be long. I promise.
Tonight on Brilliant but Cancelled. Back with Brilliant but Cancelled, only in December, only on Trio.
Je peux pas gâcher ces dernières minutes.
Brought you some cheese.
Thank you.
C'est toujours si bon d'être ensemble.
Oh, ma chérie.
Had a snack with Dylan. We had a little talk. You're thrilled, right? cut my nose. You know, it's funny, you talk to kids, you get a whole different perspective.
Ça fait rien. Tu seras toujours dans mon cœur.
When you talk to kids... You're kidding, aren't you? This is it? I'm not talking to your back.
Try the wall.
This is serious. It's about Dylan.
What is it?
See, like I said, if it's someone else, you're interested. If it's me, all I get is shoulder blades in the old corral.
Richard, what is the matter with Dylan?
We are the matter with Dylan. The two people most responsible for his security. He was very upset because we were fighting. He's okay now. I talked to him. He's okay.
Couldn't you tell me that first?
How does somebody start at the end?
I never mind hearing the good news first. What happened to your nose?
Weren't you listening? I said I cut myself.
Why can't you leave yourself alone? Do you have to go to sleep looking perfect?
There was a hair sticking out.
Are you afraid you'd trip on it?
Can we talk, or do you want to do another minute on my nose?
I can't have a conversation with anyone who looks like his stuffing's come loose. What about Dylan?
The wall's heavier, so do our kids. We scared the hell out of him tonight. He wanted to know if we're getting a divorce. Said the Wheelers are getting one. Did you know?
Yes, I know about the Wheelers, and the Kleins, and Betty and Bob. Woodland Hills is right in the middle of the splitting season.
Bob and Betty? I didn't know.
He needs space. That's what he told Betty. I'm sure he does. Couldn't really bring his redhead home to his space there, could he?
I was his best man.
He may get another shot at it.
How do you figure? I thought they were happy.
I thought we were.
We are.
Really? Then why the threat lately? The constant threat, no matter what the argument, that you've had enough. You've had it. Goodbye and good luck.
It's just the thing I say, that's all.
Just the ultimate weapon in this age of disposable marriage, that's all. You're ready to be the summer soldier and the Sunday father.
The truth. You don't ever feel that way? That you just like to chuck the whole thing aside, that you'd like to be free?
I am free. And I thought you felt the same way. Looking for a little space, Richard. Maybe you and Bob can go out and get one redhead with 2 straws.
You don't think there isn't a married man alive that doesn't secretly wish that he could be as untied as he once was?
As long as his marriage didn't slam shut behind him. It's too bad about married men. It's just one disappointment after another. It's easy for the wife, of course. She merely discovers that at least 5 of her husband's toes are made of clay. That he's filled with doubts and fears. That his armor only shines now and then. And that, like her, he's also vulnerable and susceptible. And that his winning smile often hides the fact he thinks he's losing. Yes. I can imagine wanting to be free of that one person who knows you so well. How marvelous it would be to start all over with someone else. A perfect stranger with whom he can be an absolutely perfect stranger. Standing tall, shoulders straight back, each and every nostril plucked naked.
Oh, I love you.
Louder.
I love you, Mrs. Chapin. Love you.
Don't get carried away.
Do you love me?
I love you more
Than you did?
than you do me.
How do you figure?
Because I can endure how impossible you can be without wanting to be rid of you. I am content to know that someday you'll be as terrific as I suspect you'll be, which you mistakenly think you already are. I guess I'll just have to wait until you grow into your paws. Is that right? Ow!
What?
You're on my arm.
Sorry. I'm smoother as a frog than I am as a prince.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather fight?
I can't remember what that was all about.
Asking my dad for money?
Oh, yeah.
Richard, what is it with you? Mere mention of my father and money, and your sense of humor disappears right into your belly button. I want to know why we can't ask him.
You know damn well why.
We just ask him to give us a loan.
Oh, wouldn't he love that, Mr. Know-It-All? What diabolical happiness that little eensy-teensy heart would know.
You're incredible. The way you go from first gear straight to nasty.
You don't do too badly yourself.
I learned from the master.
Meaning your last husband.
Dear God, I wish he had been.
Oh, cheap shot.
Sweets for the sweet.
Let's just keep it down. I don't want to disturb the kids.
Only adults, right? Only wives and adults. Because we can take it. We haven't got feelings like kids.
Oh, a little melodramatic, aren't you?
You think so? I think I'm boring. I think we're boring. We've had this fight so many times, I bet it goes on even when we're not here.
Can we just discuss the specifics?
Oh, we both know the specifics. Why don't we just jump down to where you say maybe the whole thing's been a mistake? And maybe we ought to be apart for a while you rethink your life in some motel room somewhere, where the rethinking comes to a dead stop, of course, at the first sight of a pair of tight jeans by the ice cube machine.
Asking your father to lend us money is to him absolute proof of his original opinion that I was never going to make it.
My father always had a very high opinion of you.
He always had. What is he? Has he lowered it?
No, Richard, you have.
See, nobody prepares you for real life. There's never any mention of money when you're a kid. Red Riding Hood goes off with a basket. Does anyone say what the groceries inside cost? Pigs build houses, 3 of them. Is there one mention of the word mortgage? Oh, and the one story where there's any business deal in it at all? Jack is supposed to sell the cow at the market, and the dumbbell takes beans for it.
Some of us study past fairy tales.
Oh, yeah? Well, some of us had rich fathers, too. I just didn't happen to be one of us.
My father was never compulsive when it came to making money.
Oh, well, half a cheer for your father.
My God. The accumulated anxious energy of the men we know. Every time I go by the health club, there's either a hearse or an ambulance parked outside.
I don't care about making a fortune. Now, all right, half the men that we know are living stress tests. I am just tired of the inevitable 1st and 15th of the month panic. See, I see the bills, what it all costs, and I tell you, you and I are up there working without a net.
We always manage somehow.
God, you know, it really drives me crazy is your incredible cheerfulness.
Well, I apologize for the burst of optimism. I've got a few other faces I could show you. You want me to get one of those out?
Don't bother.
Now you're happy, aren't you? On the possibility that maybe you made me feel as miserable as you do.
You made my night.
Oh, no. There'll be no solo sleeping tonight. There is no solo anything in this marriage. It's our second mortgage on this house. It's our heads we're both living way over. It's our kids who need schooling and whose feet need constant sneakering and whose mouths need feeding. So what do you want to do? Just lie there and grow a pillow for a face? Or do you want to try it alone? think one can live as cheaply as four. Don't kid yourself. If you want to go, it's got nothing to do with economics. You sound very trapped, Richard. It could be there are just so many years of marriage people are capable of. Maybe it's some kind of pre-programming. From the amount of non-stop raging that's been going on around here, it's my guess you've had your fill. And under these conditions, my dear, so have I.
Libby? Lib. I'm sorry, babe. Really. 10-year-old sorry, grown-up sorry, all the sorries in between. You were right. Calling your father does make sense. Come on, Lib, don't be a sore winner.
Let me sleep.
Okay. If you say so. If you really say so.
What the hell are you doing?
Hi. You come here often?
You're such a fool.
You will be gentle, won't you?
Not a chance. No.
Good morning, everyone. At least two of the three rivers in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's today, Tuesday, September 4th. In the news headlines this morning, Hurricane David is heading up the Atlantic coast toward Georgia and South Carolina. It's off the coast of Florida right now. Good morning, all. I'm Tom Brokaw, back with Jane Pauley. She's back from vacation. Nice to have you with us again.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to be home.
Coming up during this half hour today, we've got a very controversial subject that we'll be talking about. The Carnegie Foundation has just released a report on this question. Can any child in this country going through the American education system have a chance to be president or president of a corporation or Horatio Alger, however you want to define it?
At some time in your life, you have probably taken some form of competency, aptitude, or IQ
I haven't
test.
brushed my teeth.
I don't mind.
Something of a test-taking
I do.
Every year, 17 million of us take one
I like it.
standardized
You could smell bad if you tried. But please, don't try.
You're weird.
That's why you married me, remember? In weirdness and in health, till death do us part. Oh, I'm sorry, Lib.
You're not even awake and you're sorry?
No, that I fell asleep last night, right after we came home from the party.
I warned you about that third pina colada.
I wish you'd said something about the 4th.
Oh, sneaked the last word down, did you?
Somebody was finding me fascinating. I thought I'd celebrate. Too bad I wasn't that fascinating when we got home, but I'm ready to be fascinating now.
Well, sorry, darling. You better put yourself on hold. We have a rather heavy morning ahead of us.
Charlie's funeral.
Yeah.
Charlie's dead.
Very.
What some guys won't do to get a funeral. What time we do there?
9:30, but the car's picking us up around 9.
An awful lot can happen between now and 9 o'clock.
For some reason, I just keep thinking of Charlie turning to mulch.
Wonderful.
Hey, darling. Babe? If you really want to, you know I will.
What are you, Joan of Arc?
No, I mean, I could probably go for it.
Really? Is this for you or for me?
How about us?
You know, but last night you made such a point of... Anyway, there won't be any mulch. He's being cremated.
Yucca!
Who said death was an aphrodisiac?
All I can think of is Marge and the kids.
Oh, yeah. He left him in pretty good shape, didn't he?
He was really conscious of the future, Charles.
He was a good father.
Good guy.
You didn't like him, did you?
Could not stand him.
He sure liked you. He raised Pinching to an art form. His own wife's sister. Incest-in-law.
What do you think?
About making love?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, words like Hindenburg and Titanic keep flashing before my eyes.
Sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. I'll get you later. Or sooner.
Yeah.
Why aren't you guys dressed yet? We only got 25 minutes left. Get dressed now. Put your socks on, Nick.
They are on.
One sock is not two.
I can't help it. I've got dyslexia. Dyslexia. Can't even say what he's got.
I can always count on you, pal.
How come you were not dressed yet?
Because your dad and I aren't going to work until later. First, we have to go to Uncle Charlie's funeral.
Can I go too?
No, you go to school. We got a soccer game today.
Is Uncle Charlie going to be there? At the soccer game? No, at the funeral. Of course not. He's dead.
Uncle Charlie will be at the funeral. At least his body will be. So that all the people who love him can say goodbye and have a good cry if they want to.
Jason Taylor says when people die, they really just go to sleep and wake up in a place where you don't need money.
Oh?
Yeah, because everything's free and you can watch as much television as you want.
Huh.
But you're not really dead.
Huh. Well, I don't know if I believe that.
Me neither. Jason's a nerd. Dead's dead, right?
Well, yes. But hopefully a part of our spirit still lives. Like when people remember us.
Are you going to cry at Uncle Charlie's funeral?
Oh, probably. It's not something you plan to do. Are you sad about Uncle Charlie dying? It's okay to be sad, you know. You understand that, don't you, Dylan?
We really didn't know each other that well. But he did give me $1 once. I want to say goodbye to Uncle Charlie, too.
No, it's better you go to school.
I want to go!
Nikki! Nikki! Okay, Nick.
I gotta swim.
Nikki!
I want to go! 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 I want to go!
Okay, are you finished, baby? Nikki?
It's okay. He didn't mean anything.
Oh, thank you, Dylan.
I want to go to school today.
That's what I suspected. That's what this tantrum's all about. And I also believe, I do, that you feel sad about Uncle Charlie dying. Dylan, where are those pictures from Suzanne's birthday party?
In 33, I think.
Okay. What a mess.
Come on, Mom. You don't have to live in here.
Here they are. And here he is. Oops. Yeah, do you remember this? And you know, if you say goodbye to him in this picture, I'm sure Uncle Charlie will get the message.
Uh-oh. Uncle Charlie's gonna chuck an ice cream all over his face.
Well, I bet you it'll work anyway.
Bye, Uncle Charlie. So long. Bye. Is that all?
Do you want to say more to him?
I think that's enough. No, I don't want to bother him now.
Okay.
Nikki, you're toast.
I'm eating it.
Yeah, but you're holding it with the jelly side down.
Sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry about, Nick. Maybe you're right and we're all wrong. Maybe the whole world should eat their toast jelly side down.
And hot dogs outside the bun.
And socks over your shoes.
You got one, Nick?
I don't know them till I do them.
We should make a list. It'd make a funny book.
It would.
But I wouldn't be able to read it. I bet Dad doesn't know everything in the whole world.
I tell you what, put me to the test. Anybody, any question. Animal, vegetable, mineral, sports, medicine, ridiculous, frivolous, sublime, divine. Ask me who has the most home runs in the Montreal Expos. How to drive a car on swamp gas. Anything. See if I know the answer.
Richard, why are you so competitive with the boys?
They love it, don't you guys? Hey, all right.
If
Come
you're
on.
wrong, how much money do we get? Yeah.
No money. Come on, you guys are money crazy. Okay, how much do you want?
$1.
I'll give you a quarter, which is the same as $1. Now, come on, fire away. Your bus will be here any minute.
Okay, Dad. Why is the sky blue?
Ah, yes. A classic father stumper. I once asked my dear old dad that very same question, although not for a quarter, which in those days had about the value of a gold doubloon, which is double the value of a single loon. Why is the sky blue? The small boy asked. Why, indeed? No, I think we can all agree that the light from the sun is your basic white, right?
Right.
Wrong. No, actually, sunlight isn't white at all. It just looks white. It's really made up of all the colors of the rainbow mixed together to make white. Colors like, red and green and yellow.
Azure?
Gesundheit. Now, our beautiful